Today we're going to bring our work on reflection to an end. So I've got some questions for you here, and I'm just going to go through the kind of questions that you're going to come across. So first of all, we're asked to plot the coordinates on the grid to create a shape and its reflection. Okay, so here is the shape at this side, and our reflection is going to be over here. So I'm going to plot these points. Now I know that the first number in the bracket is along the bottom, the x-axis, and the second set of numbers are up the side on the y-axis. We always go from the 0 here. So the first one is 4, 7. So that's 4 along and 7 up. So I count from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7 up. So the first point will be just there. Okay. So you might like to pause this video and have a go at doing that on a sheet of paper, or you could be just plotting in your head where you think these points go. Okay, let's have a look at this. There now, these are our points. So 1, 3 is 1, 3, 3, 3 is 3, 3. I've very carefully plotted those, and we get this quadrilateral four-sided shape here. Now this one at the right hand side is the reflection. Now it is different to a translation. A translation is the same shape that has been moved around the grid. It doesn't change size, it stays exactly the same. So if I look at the shape on the right hand side, that is not the same shape as the original one. It has been reflected. It's like it's been flipped over. It doesn't look like the shape on the left. And we've got the new coordinates there on the right hand side. So the first one is 6, 7. So that is 6 along and 7 up is there. And then we've got 8, 7, 8 along, 7 up is there. We've plotted all the points. 9 along, 3 up there, and 7 along, 3 up there. And then we've joined all the points up, coloured it in, and we've got that shape there. So that is a reflection of that. Let's have a look at some of the questions that you'll come across on the sheet today. Are the reflected images correct or incorrect? Well, think carefully. What is the difference between a reflection and a translation? A translation is, that's right, where the shape has been moved somewhere else on the grid. A reflection is when the shape is exactly opposite. It's been flipped over. Let's have a look at these two. Okay, here's a mirror line, the dotted line. Has this shape been flipped over? Is it in exactly the same place at the opposite side? Well, I'm thinking here, this shape here should be there. If it's a reflection, it should be exactly opposite this one, but it isn't. It's been moved over here, so I know that this one is not a reflection. On B, here's the mirror line. Here's my shape, and it's been flipped over here. Is it exactly opposite to this shape here? Well, yes, it is. So I think this one is a correct reflection. Let's have a look. There we are, and we are correct on that one. Let's have a look at the next one. Now I've got to reflect these shapes. Okay, so I'm going to take a point at a time. So I'm going to take this point here, and I can see from the mirror line it is 2 squares away. So I'm going to go 2 squares away in the opposite. 1, 2, and I'm going to put a little dot there. I can't do it on my screen, but you can see where it goes in the arrow there. Then I'm going to take this point, and that one is 2 squares away from the mirror line. So in the opposite direction, I'm going to go 1, 2, and put a little dot there. And I'm going to do that for each of the points. What's this one here? Again, from the mirror line, 1, 2, 3, that one's 4 away. So exactly opposite from the mirror line, 1, 2, 3, 4, put a little dot. When I've done that, I'm going to join up all the dots and I will get that. Okay, on this one here, you can see that one from the mirror line is 1 square away. So I've gone 1 square away, put a little dot. Okay, this one here, not quite 2 squares away. Be careful of things like this. That one's not on the cross there where the two lines join. It's just slightly off. So that is 1 and just over 3/4 there. So we want 1 just over 3/4 on that side. Okay, plot all the points, do every single point on the original shape, count how many away from the number from the mirror line it is, and then count the same in the opposite direction. Join them up neatly, and then you have your reflection. Now here we've got some points to reflect. I've got to reflect these points in the mirror line and write the coordinates. Okay, well, let's take them in alphabetical order first of all. So where is A? Where do you think A is? Well, starting from 0, it is 9 along, it's underneath 9, and it's 8 up. So remember, it's along first, so it's 9 and then up. So that one is 9, 8. Okay, I've got to reflect it onto the other side. So how many away from the mirror line is it? Well, it is 1, 2, 3, 4 along. So I'm going to count this side. 1, 2, 3, 4 along. My reflection of A will be there. What are the coordinates where my arrow is now? Well, it is 1 along and it is 8 up. It is 1 along and 8 up. My arrow's just disappeared. It keeps doing that. Let's bring it back. There it is. 1 along and 8 up. There is my reflection. So where my arrow is, that is a reflection of A. I wonder where the other points are. Where do you think B should be? What are the coordinates of B? Well, B is 4 along and 6 up. Where's the reflection going to be? Well, from the mirror line, it is 1 there to the left. So my reflection is going to be 1 to the right there. And what are those coordinates? Well, there's 6 along and 6 up. So that one is 6, 6. See if you can work out the rest of them. Pause the video, see if you can work out the last two, and then we'll see what you get. Okay, so let's have a look at A, B, C, and D. I wonder if you were right on those. A is 1, 8, B is 6, 6, C 7, 3, and D is 4, 0. Okay, the last type of question you'll come across is we've got to take the image that shows the correct reflection. The correct reflection. Well, I'm going to look very carefully at these and look at the mirror line. Are all the points, this is the original shape on the left-hand side, the reflection is on the right-hand side. Are all the points exactly the same on both sides but the opposite? Well, I'm just going to look at A first of all, and I've got a problem with A straight away. And I can work this out very quickly. Because here, I've got a point. You see that point? Which is 1 square away from the mirror line. There's a point. Now, if I look on the opposite side, I should have another point. And I don't. I've got a straight side. Now, if that was a true reflection, I would have a point there and a point here. And I don't. So that is not a reflection. What about this one? Can you see here there's a point there, 1 square away, and on this side there is a point there, 1 square away from the mirror line. So those two match. I'm going to check some of the others just to be sure. 1 and about 3/4. 1 about 3/4. Yep, those are the opposite. Let's look at this one down here. 1 and about 3/4. 1 and about 3/4. Those seem to match. So I'm going to say these two are reflections. That one isn't a reflection, it's a translation. Let's have a look. The bottom one is correct. Okay, those are the types of questions that you're going to come across in your maths work today.